Police identifying the man shot and killed on the city's west side over the weekend. 20-year-old Tamir Thomas was sent to Strong Hospital and pronounced dead Saturday. This happening around 10 p.m. Saturday on Handy Street near Buffalo Road. Police say he was shot in the lower body. RPD's Major Crimes Unit is handling this investigation. A woman is facing charges after a crash that killed her husband and a woman on a motorcycle. Greece police arresting 52-year-old Renee Alger for DWI. Her husband, 54-year-old Charles Alger, died at a hospital after that crash. Police say he was a front seat passenger. Officers say the motorcycle operator was 23-year-old Tristan Sylvester, who was pronounced dead at the scene. Authorities say more charges are expected in this case as the investigation continues. Police identifying the couple in a murder-suicide that happened at a nursing home. This was Saturday. According to investigators, 83-year-old Albert Greer and 89-year-old Bernice Dubin were both found dead at that nursing home. Police say Greer went into Wesley Gardens nursing home off East Avenue and shot Dubin. He then took his own life. Rochester police say the two were life partners and Dubin's health was deteriorating. The Senate returns to Capitol Hill from its summer break, where work continues on the president's $3.5 trillion human infrastructure plan. We are joined by Washington correspondent Jesse Turner live in Washington, D.C. this morning. Good morning, Jesse. What is Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer saying about these spending plans?
Yeah, good morning to you as well. Schumer has said that he wants to move full speed ahead on the human infrastructure portion, that larger spending plan, the $3.5 trillion. And there's already been certain tentative deadlines set, some even this week. For Senate committees, they are hoping to have that draft legislation ready by Wednesday. Of course, that's just in 2 days, though. And then the House is also setting a tentative deadline for passing, or at least voting, on that traditional infrastructure bill that funds more things like roads, highways, bridges, broadband internet, things of that nature that the Senate already passed. And so it's essentially, from leadership at least, the marching orders are as soon as you get back to Washington, that work starts immediately.
And what about Democrats? Are they all in agreement on these bills?
That's where it gets a little tricky. In the Senate, since they are the lawmakers that are back first, the House doesn't return until later. There is debate still about a potential price tag, and so the president is surely hoping for $3.5 trillion. Some, like Senator Bernie Sanders, were hoping even for $6 trillion. Others who are more conservative in their spending, like Senator Joe Manchin, have thrown out a $1.5 trillion price tag. And so there's still a lot of debate about that and exactly what should go into the legislation as well.
Yeah, and a lot of money indeed. All right, Jesse, thank you so much. Some Republicans arguing that the spending package is too pricey for a nation that just spent trillions to tackle COVID. We, of course, will continue to keep an eye on that. Well, tomorrow, Californians will find out whether a Republican-charged effort to recall Democratic Governor Gavin Newsom is successful. If voters decide to oust Newsom, there are 46 candidates lined up hoping to replace him. Conservative talk show host Larry Elder is the top candidate if the recall gets enough votes. The recall petition began circulating in February of 2020, citing Newsom's policies on several issues, including immigration, homelessness, and taxes. President Biden will campaign for Newsom today. An explosion collapsed part of an apartment building near Atlanta, making the three-story complex in the suburb of Dunwoody unstable. At least one person was rushed to the hospital with injuries. Police say the cause of this explosion is still under investigation. All right, the time now is 6:50. A little cool out there on this Monday morning as folks head out the door. Might want to grab a light jacket, right?
I think so. Yeah, if you're spending any time outside. If you're just kind of hustle into the car, you'll probably be okay. As temperatures are right there in the mid to upper 50s, which is, average for this time of year. We do see a small chance for rain that's likely south of Rochester, but otherwise we've got a decent afternoon. Clear skies for most. In fact, if you're along Lake Ontario, you've got a sky full of blue. Love to see that. Next 24 hours, we'll call it partly cloudy, highs the mid-70s. A decent Monday for you. The next chance for storms yet again overnight and into your Tuesday. We'll have a look at the 8-day forecast at the end of the show. Leah?
All right, thank you so much. Right now we're going to take a look at the roadways in your sunrise traffic report. 390, 490, 590, and the Thruway. Light traffic out there right now. No major accidents to report, so good news on the roadways on this Monday morning. Well, the Carlson YMCA served as an equal access hub for family health and wellness downtown. But when the center closed for financial reasons during the pandemic, that is, a group of members formed to make the case to reopen it. Carmela Boykin is live with what made this location so unique. Good morning, Carmela.
Good morning, Leah. Former members of the Carlson Y say it was a diverse place for people of all demographics to not only maintain their health, but also be part of a close-knit community. But the location closed, and a group of 12 core members formed We Are Carlson Y. The group is advocating for either reopening the location or a replacement to be made. They say Y board members told them the likelihood of the location reopening is slim, but We Are Carlson Y members say there needs to be another resource provided and a plan to make it economically viable. Member Tom Crumlish says the Y location was a place that was integral to many members' lives.
We were very devastated by it, and we would like to see it recreated because we think it's something that was lost that should be, replaced by something else.
And the group now has 240 signatures asking for the location either to be reopened or for a similar facility to be built downtown. The next closest Y is the Maplewood Y, which, if you don't have a car, is numerous bus rides away from many members. Reporting in Rochester, Carmela Boykin, News 8. Leah?
All right, Carmela, thank you. The group is expected to speak to City Council tomorrow. We, of course, will keep an eye on that for you. Now for the very latest this morning on COVID-19, New York State is reporting more than 4,000 new COVID cases. Over 42,000 vaccine doses were given out over the weekend, according to officials. The number of fully vaccinated New Yorkers is just shy of 60%. Local Congressman Joe Morelle testing positive for COVID-19. He credits being fully vaccinated with what he calls mild symptoms. And in a statement yesterday, Morelle said, quote, "I urge everyone to get the COVID-19 vaccine to protect themselves and our community from the severe impacts this disease can have." The FDA is pledging to evaluate COVID-19 vaccines for younger kids once more information is available from studies that are still being conducted. Pfizer is expected to turn over its study results by the end of September. The FDA said the hope is to have vaccinations for 5 to 11-year-olds by the end of the year, but says it will not cut corners to make that happen.
The FDA has said it's going to be a matter of weeks, not months, in terms of their evaluation of that clinical data to make a determination whether they're going to authorize vaccines for kids aged 5 to 11. You could potentially have a vaccine available to children aged 5 to 11 by Halloween if everything goes well, if the Pfizer data package is in order.
U.S. health experts say shots could start being administered to children by the end of October at the earliest. A lot of upset Bills fans this morning. The Buffalo Bills suffering a heartbreaking loss in their season opener against the Pittsburgh Steelers Sunday. The Bills fell apart in the second half, getting outscored 23-6 after halftime. QB Josh Allen finished with 270 passing yards and a TD, but also had 2 fumbles. The Bills hope to bounce back next week as they head to Miami to take on the Dolphins. Kickoff is at 1 o'clock, and you can find all the action right here on Channel 8 WROC. Hopefully a better outcome next week. Here's what some folks might be talking about at the water cooler this morning. Daniil Medvedev won the U.S. Open men's tennis final in New York City Sunday, beating Novak Djokovic, who lost his chance of winning all 4 Grand Slam single titles in a single year. Rod Laver was the last man to do that in 1969. A lot of eyes were on that match there.
Yeah.
Did you watch?
No.
You watched football, though.
I watched football with this guy.
With
little Mason here. I've got a photo of Mason.
Is he a football fan?
So far, I think so. He loves watching any TV, no matter what any screen is exciting for Mason. So we try not to give him too much screen time, even though at 7 months. So
yeah, and you're not going to tell him which teams to like, right? You're going to let him pick which one he
he'll
likes
be able
on
to
his
pick.
own, right?
Yeah, he can pick the winning team. That's what he picks. No issues for the baby walk today. Love these temperatures, low to mid 70s by the afternoon. We're done with the rain. That rain that we had overnight, that has moved out. That's cleared out. out. 8-day forecast here. Interestingly enough, you see these storm chances. A lot of them are for the overnight time. So tonight we got a storm chance. Tomorrow and tomorrow evening we have a storm chance into Wednesday. And we've got some 80s on there as well, Leah. So summer's still holding on. Tomorrow we likely get into the lower 80s. Another couple of days by the end of the week as well.
Yeah, so good to still see those 80s in there, but it does feel like fall. That's for
It's
sure.
got that little twinge of cooler air.
All the pumpkin spice out there.
Yes.
Does it too.
The
All right.
smell.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you for watching News 8 at Sunrise. Our next update right here is coming up in 30 minutes. CBS This Morning is coming up next. Make it a great day.
Follow News 8 wherever you are on RochesterFirst.com, Facebook, Twitter, and on our app for news and weather.